Hi guys, it's B. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do something a little bit different and I want to share with you a monthly reset. So this would be a routine that you can follow at the end of every month, kind of reflect and look back on your previous month, but then also help you get inspired and excited for the next month to come. So there's a few different things that I do with regards to my finances or goals that I might be setting, and just a reflection piece of this as well that I want to share with you just in case it might be something interesting and inspiring to you. Okay, the first part of this reset routine is a reflection piece. So this is where you would sit down and really be intentional and reflect on the previous month. And you could do this in any way that you'd like, of course. But I'm going to share with you the two different ways that I did this. And the inspiration for me to do this reflection piece, which admittedly is not my strong suit. I think I'm just dialed in a way where I'm always trying to get everything done or looking forward to things that I want to do. And I want to stop and pause for a moment and reflect on my previous month. So this is something I really want to work on this year. But the inspiration for it came in one of those planners that I shared with you in my video about the top 5 planners that I use, which this was the one that was new to me, and it is still available, so I checked. It's still available at Target. This is the 30-day challenge where every month they'll issue you a challenge. Like January was finance and February is physical health. But you guys, the inspiration for this monthly reflection came in this planner at the very end of each month. They have a page for you. It's called a look back, or a monthly review, that you would look back, and they will have areas that you can kind of collect, for example, like what you learned that month, the ways that you took care of yourself, goals for the next month, but personal wins, things like that that took place during that month. So I did do that. So I sat down and I really thought about that. But before I even did that, the other way that I did a reflection that I absolutely loved, and I cannot believe I have not done this before, but I've been practicing gratitude for years, and I changed it up a little bit this year. So usually what I would do is in my morning, I would sit down with a gratitude journal and I would write things that I was grateful for, or actually in one of my planners it has a spot right there, and I would start my day with gratitude. What I've been doing since the first of the year, and I showed you guys this planner as well. This was my beautiful $10 planner, which is also still available from Walmart. I knew when I bought this planner that I was going to use it as my gratitude journal. So what I've been doing, and I'll just show you really quick, I don't know if you can even see this, but the inside is very plain, very basic, and no time blocking or anything like that. But I knew what I wanted to do was just use this to capture the things that I was grateful for. But I now do that every night. So right before I go to bed, like while I'm sitting in bed, right before I go to sleep, I will take this out and I will do a couple of things. And one is just writing down things that I'm grateful for, typical routine gratitude practice that you're probably familiar with. But I still, to this day, and it's been years since I've shared this with you guys, but I still use Dr. Rachel Redmond's guidance on being really intentional and thinking about and reflecting on what moved you during your day and what inspired you during your day, what made you smile. I love closing my day with what went well, with what moved me, what inspired me, what made me smile. I really like being intentional about what it is I'm thinking about right before I go to bed at night. So I really have enjoyed that, instead of ruminating maybe on what went wrong or being worried about what I need to do the next day. So I really like that. But one thing that really kind of caught me off guard is when I was doing this monthly reflection last night and looking back through the different things that I wrote down for each day, there were so many that I had completely forgotten about. And it's less than a month, but I know that if we're not intentional about that, you might not remember the good things that went on during your day, let alone a month later. For example, on the very first of the month, I wrote down where I was really brave and I did something, or to me that was brave, and I was proud of myself, and I'd already forgotten all about that. And so when I looked through that, that was a really nice moment and a way for me to savor those positive emotions that I'm always talking to you guys about. So I wanted to just share that with you. I'm not exactly sure what might resonate with everyone in a way that you might want to reflect, but I just wanted to put this out there, is maybe you can kind of experiment as well and find a way that you can sit down and reflect on your previous month and really be able to savor those moments that moved you or that went well, or the things that you might be grateful for. So that is a reflection piece. The next part of my monthly reset routine are my finances. So budgeting, my finances and my financial goals, retirement, all this stuff has always been really important to me. So something I've always done is I've always had a budget, and I have so much data that I'm pretty easily able now to kind of predict and project what my monthly expenses will be all year round, whether that's utilities or when I have property taxes due or things like that. So what I personally do is I have a spreadsheet that I created. I have a MacBook that I use numbers, but of course you could use Excel or Google Sheets, or obviously there's so many online programs now or software that you can use. Whatever works best for you to be able to feel more financially secure and good about your finances, because I know it's a hard time for a lot of people, and the cash flow might be a real problem. So sometimes it can be really helpful just to do a monthly reset on your finances to be able to look to see maybe what's coming due. So again, just what I do is I have a spreadsheet. I have 3 sections on my spreadsheet because I have my personal spending, I have my business spending, so I've been self-employed for many, many years, but I also have real estate property that I own, so I have 3 separate sections on my spreadsheet, and just on one column on the left, I have every single expense. And again, I have so much data that's pretty easy for me to know all the different utilities or when my insurances are due, whatever it might be. Like I said, property taxes, some things are due monthly, some are due quarterly, some are due yearly, but it's just really helpful for me to have everything there. And I simply can look and review each month where my spending is. And so that might be something, again, I don't know if someone would like to do that, but I wanted to share that in my monthly reset routine, that I do a financial reset as well. The last part of the monthly reset for me are my goals. So I always set the goals for the next month. And if you're interested, I have another video where I share how I plan out like yearly goals and then break that down into quarters and break that down into monthly goals, like right now what I'm sharing with you, and then weekly and hourly, how I structure my day. So I'll link that video if you're curious. But for the monthly reset, I have a few different areas. So my finances, I have some goals. In my business, I have some goals. And in my personal life, I have some goals. And I thought it might be fun just to share some with you and just maybe hold myself accountable by doing that as well. And I invite you and encourage you to do the same. Then maybe it'll be fun. We can do some goal setting together. So basically, I just have a few different areas. So personal goals that I have for myself. So for example, I wrote down in front of me here. So movement. Movement is a big goal for me for February. So I've had some challenges physical wise. I've had some PT that I've had to do 5 days a week for a while now. For a couple of some spine issues and stuff that I was struggling with. And I'm finally at a point now where I'm kind of excited where maybe I can start running again, or I can do more of an exercise routine that's fun for me instead of just the PT exercises that I've had to do. So I did get the okay to start those and give those a try. So that's a goal for me this month. I have a huge, huge goal for my entire house. I want to declutter. So what I want to do is pick just one area. It could be one closet or just one area in my home for February that I'm going to declutter and donate a bunch of stuff or maybe sell some stuff. The next goal is super simple and it's really not a stretch for me, but I want to read 2 books, but one of them I want to be fiction, and I say this all the time. You know, when I'm working with my clients, you guys are like, well, how important is this to you, or what's your confidence level in this? And if I had to rate the importance of reading a fiction book, it's probably pretty low, but I still wrote it down because maybe it could be a bonus or a stretch goal for me. I just am always reading literature and studies and nonfiction books, and I love that. I love learning, but I would like maybe for my mind to be in a different state. I thought I want to see if I can, and I have a book picked out that I want to try reading. Now my next goal is I want to teach my dog a new trick. So this dog is oh my gosh, anybody that knows this dog. So I had my sweet Harley, my Labrador, that unfortunately I lost last year, and it's been really hard for me, honestly, to lose him. But I'm so used to Labradors, and I'm just so used to those people-pleasing personalities that they have. And my other rescue dog, the majority of him is Great Pyrenees, so that's an entirely different breed, right? One that's, he's not a herding dog or a working dog that way, but he's more of a guardian dog, the Great Pyrenees. Amazing dog, but very, very different than my other dog, and he doesn't really like to listen. I don't know what else to say it, but he's just not a lab. But he still has been really kind of fun lately and letting me just kind of work with him and silly little tricks, the high fives or whatever. We're working on a rollover. So that I have as a goal is I'm going to try to teach my dog a new trick. Another thing for a goal for me is I want to be super intentional with time with my son. So if you're not new to me, you know, I've had a lot of loss in my immediate nuclear family. My son and I are super, super close. And I want to have more intentional time with my son where it's just me cooking him dinner, us watching a show, or going to do something fun. We have such a small little circle now, and my son and I, we have each other's back. Like, it's just, if he needs anything, I'm there, and same. If I ever need anything, he's there. And a lot of times it'll be that call, hey, can you come over real quick and help me with this or whatever. And I just want to be more intentional about time-lapse. It's just fun. And another thing I want, and this is something I might share with you guys if it's going to be helpful, and it ties into a business goal. I have new software, a project management software that I really want to see if I want to use this. I've been using Asana for many, many years for my project management software, but it's to the point now where just for myself, I don't really have a large team that I need to share it with. What I've been paying for and the features, I don't know, it just wasn't really as ideal. And so I have a new one I found that I'm kind of excited about, and I will share this if it's something that I ended up using, and it might help you guys too. But that's one of the goals that I have for personal. My business goals, I'm just going to keep private. I don't think you'd probably be interested in those anyway. I also have a couple of finance goals. So one thing is I always do my taxes super early in the year, so I already have my date set with my accountant for February, and we're going to knock those out. I did mention that part of my monthly reset is every single month I actually go into my expenses and my spending, and I was able to kind of calculate all that for personal, for business. business, as well as some real estate that I own. And so it does make tax time a little bit easier, but it's still never fun, right? So I like to knock those out and be prepared for what I need to do for filing in August. So I have that as a goal next month. As well as I have something where I wrote down to sell something. So you know how I have this goal to declutter? There's a lot of stuff that I'm just going to donate. And I'm definitely not minimalist or that clean girl aesthetics that's really popular. That's really not me. I'm not necessarily cluttered, but I have so much stuff in my house, and there's just some stuff that's of value that I don't really need. And I have a goal to beef up my retirement. That's also part of my financial goals as well. So I'm somebody, you guys, like when I'm paying down debt or something, I've honestly made an $11 additional payment towards my principal, like a home loan or stuff like that. That's me. So when I sell something, maybe I'll get a little bit of money for something that I sold. I like to apply that and put that towards my retirement plan. So I have a goal to just figure that out. I'm not sure where, like Facebook Marketplace, or I don't know, if anybody uses eBay anymore, or I don't know, just the kind of those places, online things. So that's my goal, is to really explore. If any of you do that, let me know. If any of you do sell stuff online, I would like to know what you've had good experiences doing that with, because I do have a goal when I'm decluttering to donate and to sell as well. One other thing I wanted to share with you guys is I bought 2 different habit trackers off of Etsy, and they are gorgeous and they're fun. I've always been a pen and paper gal when it comes to habits or kind of tracking stuff like that as well, but I wanted to try this. So I wanted to show you guys. They're like $5 total, and who knows, I may end up just printing them off and using them in pen and paper as well, but both of them have a template, and I thought just in case you might be interested, I would show you those as well. So I have these both in Google Docs. So just know that if you are looking at these on Etsy, make sure that you be comfortable with how to use those. But one of them you can print off as a PDF file. But let me show you those. Okay, so here's the first one. And this is just their template, so these aren't my habits that I'm trying to create or anything. But I just wanted to show you what this looks like. So again, this would be on your Google Docs, and you can create your daily habits there that you'd like to track. And you'll be able to see the different percentages and how you're doing throughout the month. And if you see down below here, you have your daily overview, but also you'll track by weeks. So I just thought this was kind of a neat, fun way to do that. But let me show you this other one as well. Okay, here's the other one. So similar, but a little bit different layout, different color palette. Again, this is just their template. These aren't my daily habits. I just thought it would be maybe a fun, neat way to track habits that you might be trying to create. But you guys, what really sold me on this one is they have a bonus goal tracker. Look at this thing. It is gorgeous. It's kind of like a little mini Pinterest board that you can attach your goals to. So they have the different areas of life. And again, this is their template, so these aren't mine. But it's just, oh my gosh, I thought it was so pretty and it was so fun and well organized. And you'd be able to track all the different goals here. Got several spaces here too. And of course, you could just duplicate this sheet if you had more goals. I just thought this might be a fun way too to track some habits. So those are my goals that I have. I'm actually very excited about that. So what I'll do next, you guys, is I'll plan. And if anybody's interested, I can make a different video for that. But now that I have my goals, I need to break these down into specific pieces and specific actions that I can take, and then schedule those so I'll actually complete those. And then what I can do is next month, in my monthly reset, I'll be able to reflect on these goals, see how I did, see what worked well, and be able to move forward with that. So I hope that you found this helpful. Maybe there's a couple of pieces that really resonated with you, or maybe something that seemed fun to try or inspiring to help you reach your own goals, because that's what I'm all about here at this channel, is helping you become your best self. So thank you so much for letting me share this with you, and I will see you next time.